We're living in a world that's gotten too soft. Too many conveniences, too many shortcuts, too many participation trophies. And here's the problem. Comfort never creates transformation. If you want to grow, if you want to change your life, you need to do one thing that most people avoid, and that's embrace risk. Because average isn't just boring, average is miserable. And the truth is, every step of transformation requires risk. So in today's episode, I want to show you why lowering the standard keeps you stuck and how to raise your own bar even when the world around you is staying soft. And why, by leaning into risk, it is the fastest way to move from average to exceptional. My daughter is in gymnastics. She's in 3rd grade, and she trains 6 to 10 hours a week, pushing herself hard. And at her gym, there's a standard. You have to meet a certain criteria before you can compete. And it's tough, it's not easy, and my daughter hasn't met all the criteria she needs to meet to compete. Well, recently, some parents started complaining. We're paying so much money, everyone should get to compete no matter what. And I thought, this is it. The participation trophy mindset has officially arrived in Finland. Yay! Lower the bar, make everyone weak, and call it fair. Sounds fun. No, but seriously, champions aren't built by lowering the bar. You don't build grit or greatness by handing out spots to anyone that shows up. That will rob the children of hunger. It kills their drive to earn their place. That fire in their belly will go out because they won't need to push beyond average. Because what motivation is there to achieve when everyone can do it, no matter what? And for me, this isn't just about sports. It's everywhere. We live in a culture addicted to comfort. Participation trophies, endless conveniences, people chasing easy wins and safety nets. Just look at YouTube. The videos that always go viral are the ones promising hacks, fast, easy, no risk. It's all done for you. And it's all BS. You can't hack your way into a better life. You just can't. And we all know that. And yet those videos spread because people desperately want that to be true. But it's not. Here's the reality. Transformation doesn't come from hacks. It requires effort. It requires risk. That's the message I want to spread. That's what I want going viral. Not another 5 fast hacks video, but a movement of creators who understand that risk equals reward. Because hacks don't change you. And average doesn't protect you. Average is crowded. Most people think average is safe. Stay in the middle. Don't rock the boat. Follow the same path everyone else is on. But here's what average really looks like. In business, average means competing on price because you're not differentiated. You're stuck hustling for scraps, lowering your prices over and over again, while someone else sets the standard. On YouTube, average means you're invisible. There are millions of channels posting pretty good videos, and pretty good doesn't even get clicked on. In life, average means you're never pushing past your comfort zone. You avoid risks, but in the process, you avoid growth at the same time. So years pass and nothing changes. Average doesn't protect you, it erases you. And that's why transformation always requires risks, because risk is the only way to separate yourself from the noise. And that illusion of safety, the one average creates, is exactly why so many people feel stuck. They want change, they want growth, but they've been trained by a world of conveniences to expect it without effort. Tap a button, get the results, swipe, click, deliver. So when real progress demands sweat, risk, and persistence, we freeze. We think something's wrong, when in reality, that's just how transformation works. So let's flip the script. Let's learn to embrace pain instead of avoid it. To see risks and discomfort not as red lights, but as the toll booth you must pay to cross into reward. Because on the other side of that pain is wealth. On the other side of that discomfort is adventure. And on the other side of that risk is the kind of confidence you can't hack or buy into. The kind of confidence that only comes from earning it, doing it, taking action. Life, relationships, business, YouTube, every one of them will bring you to your knees at some point. And in that moment, what you choose matters. Will you risk your ego? Will you risk your vulnerability? Will you take the leap on that investment? Launch the thing everyone tells you it's impossible. Keep moving when the world says quit. Because here's the truth. If you listen to average advice, you will get average results. And I don't want you to be average. I want you to be phenomenal. Because you're a human and humans are phenomenal. And I want that life for you, to enjoy it fully, to create something that matters. But none of that comes without risk. You must be willing to step into the discomfort. Believe when it feels impossible. Have faith when you feel like a failure. Risk when every cell in your body is screaming for your safety. Because that's the only way to rise above average. That's the only way to transform your life. Okay, so let's say I've sold you on the harder route. How do you work your way forward towards transformation and away from participation trophies that life so demands that you pay attention to? Here's the good news. Risk doesn't have to be reckless. It's not about gambling your life away. It's about taking calculated risks that stretch you without breaking you. In business, that might mean like committing to a content schedule you can actually sustain. It's not perfect, but consistent enough to build momentum. In relationships, it might mean risking your ego by having that hard conversation instead of pretending everything is fine. On YouTube, it might mean risking embarrassment by posting your first 10 videos knowing they won't be perfect and that you might look like a fool, but understanding that those are reps that you must take to make yourself better at YouTube. And here's the payoff. Every time you take one of those risks, you get stronger. Your tolerance for discomfort grows. Your confidence compounds, and eventually what once felt terrifying becomes normal. That's how you transform. So start small. Don't try to risk it all in one shot. Pick one area where you've been hiding in average and take the next risk there. And when you push through that discomfort, you'll know you're on the right track. Because every time you choose risk over safety, you're casting a vote for your future self. And that's how champions are made. So ask yourself, do you want to chase comfort or do you want to embrace risk? Because only one of those creates transformation. Stop lowering your standard to fit in with average. Raise your own. Step into the risk. Every time you choose risk over safety, you're casting a vote for your future self. And that's where the reward lives. And that's how champions are made. Thanks for watching.